Yeah, no question. Starting with that Texas match, you could see some things start to fall into place. And, for us as coaches, we can see just how we're coaching the team. The first half of conference, all of our attention was on us and what was going on our side of the net. And every timeout, that's all we were talking about. And now we're talking about the other side of the net, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to defend, how we're trying to attack. And that right there is when you've started to flip some things. And so, we're starting to figure a lot more out, and now we're thinking about winning matches instead of trying to keep our head above water.
I think it was a couple weeks ago when you said that you just want these girls to know that they're better than they think they are. Are they on that path right now?
They better be. I mean, they're showing it. I mean, they're doing exactly what we said, and what I'm really happy about is, Saturday was totally disappointing. We deserved that win. We were good enough to win that match, just like West Virginia was. Came home and had a great practice yesterday, and we're getting it. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves. We're just fighting every day and working to get better. And we're watching film in the coaches' offices yesterday, and watching the last time we played Baylor, and we're just shaking our head. We don't even recognize that team anymore. So these are all good things, and the wins are going to come.
What was the biggest roadblock against Baylor the first time out?
We just didn't play very well. We had a nice game plan. The lineup we were using is not anything like what we're doing now. And, the first set, we just didn't play good in that environment, didn't handle being at Baylor, fought much harder, and we're right there in the second set. And from then on, it was there. But we really had to get on them about, just putting themselves into it. And they responded, but it was just a slow start, which we weren't real crazy about. And that, we had gone through that in the first part of conference about just not starting well, and that's something we've fixed since K-State, and so we hadn't gone back to that ever since. And so the first 6 rotations we're much more aware of, and we're not getting behind early the way we were, and so we're right there. So the next step now is to finish, and that's a big step to take, but I'm glad that's what we're talking about.
How much of a difference do you feel like being able to play here at home is going to make in this Baylor?
Yeah, it's going to be big, and anytime that we're at home, this is, again, some of the things that we were talking about early on. You got to take care of your home gym. You got to put the other team in an uncomfortable spot when they're in your place, and the crowd has a lot to do with that, of course, but how we show up and play as well. And when you're at home, you're supposed to play with more confidence and just be more comfortable in your zone, and so I expect us to do that for sure.
You didn't have Sarah Redding the first time you played Baylor, and she's really come on strong the past week, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean for your team to have Sarah come on so strong?
Well, it means we have a lot more balance in our offense, and for us, the way we run our system, we've always relied really heavily on our right side attack, and just like anybody else, if you look at Texas, if you look at Kansas, their 2 best offensive players are their right sides, and when you have that, it really does balance things out. You can't just focus on the outsides, and so having Sarah playing like we know that she can, as she's gotten healthier, that's been a big deal. And Saturday at West Virginia, she kind of led the charge, and she's had a string of good matches, so we expect that to continue tomorrow.
Good.